YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Rival Stars Mobile. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly horse racing content, including Rival Stars. We're gonna hop into live events here. This special event is happening right now. I know nothing about it. Rival Stars Run. Lincoln Abbey, 0 out of 4 divisions. I'm not sure why this is a big deal. I think maybe the rewards are better. Yeah, the rewards are much better than the last event I did. So as usual, we're going to hop into Division 1. And I believe we'll be using Samurai Arrow. He is my best horse for this division. Do we have any skills to give him? 2,200 meters. This suits him very well. That's not what I want. We still have perfect starter, actually. Okay, that's good. So let's select him. And we'll get ready to rock and roll here. So I'm just grinding through this game. It takes a while to train your horses, so I would like to do some breeding, but I'm just not in the position to do so yet. So the only thing I really can do is just continue to do these live events and try to win and do as well in these live events as I possibly can. It's really the only option I have here. So we're going to go ahead and skip that and get right into the gate. And we're off. Make sure everything is good. Okay, couldn't hear anything, so just wanted to make sure my volume was good. All right, let's resume. And here we go. So, you know, the thing about this game when it comes to these live events, you surely want to, you want to ensure that obviously you're using your best horses for whatever event it is, and you also want to make sure that you're running the races properly. Sometimes you can mess around with either going a little bit sooner in the last 250 to 300 meters of the race, or if you want to go later. It all really depends. Sometimes you can try to get out ahead of this field, you know, right now, because this AI, they're just going to keep switching. It's a long race, very long race. So sometimes what I like to do, I'll send my horse here to the front and get ahead of them a little bit. And they'll probably catch back up at some point. Hopefully not. They may. And then just kind of just ride out here. So it's been a while since I finished in the top 3 in a live event. That's obviously the goal that I'm working towards. And it may take a while to get back there because other people have developed better horses than I have. They've had more time to do more breeding. Maybe they have more money and they're using real currency to buy for things in this game, and that's fine. I'm still free to play currently, so I have to adjust with what I have. I have some decent horses. They're certainly not my best ones, which is why I can't wait till I can actually get into breeding some really solid ones. But I also need a prestige, which is taking me forever to do. I mean, my goodness, it's like this game doesn't want you to prestige. It's so weird that the point system is so high for it. And like I said, I've seen plenty of people across various videos and in the community expressing their distaste for how hard it is to prestige in the mobile version of the game. It's much easier in the desktop version, but on the mobile version, it is not easy at all. And I actually thought the AI was going to keep up with me, but they haven't. Fortunately, though, Samurai Arrow, he's really a strong horse for this Division 1 group. So it's harder for me to win the higher divisions because I haven't upgraded all my facilities where they need to be. But in regards to this first division, I mean, my goodness, I can certainly really try my best to get as much out of Samurai Arrow as I possibly can. And I may need to focus on trying to win more of the lower divisions compared to the higher ones, since I have better horses, I think, at this division. Now, you see, I tired out a lot there because I got him going at 250, and I don't know if he has enough sprint energy to last all the way to the finish line in that case. But let's see where we actually end up finishing in 31. So we're still about a whole 2 seconds off of the fastest time. So that's not too ideal, at least not for me personally, but we're well under the goals, which we usually are. Those are pretty easy to hit if you have a decent horse. So not bad. We're in tier 3. I think we could still improve on that. So we'll move on to division 3 and 4. And I think division 1 and division, well, excuse me, this is actually, no, this is division 2. Division 2 with 3 and 4 star horses. Again, I think this is where I need to make more of my focus present, because again, these are horses I think I can leverage more when it comes to breeding. But the higher horses, I need better facilities. So we have Majestic Beauty. I think she does really well for us. Usually she still has a skill. Classic ability, he has Big Earner. Wouldn't make sense really to use him here, so I'll pass on that. And then Lullaby Beauty, but she is she's going to be at a disadvantage here. So we'll go ahead and go back to Majestic Beauty here. She has good speed. Her sprint energy, acceleration are kind of whatever. 2,400 meters. This is such a long race. I really don't like the really long races in Rival Stars because they do take quite a while to get through. But it is what it is. We have to adjust to whatever the circumstances are and ultimately do our best. So I'm hoping Majestic Beauty can give us a good finish here. Hopefully again in the top 50 of players. It's still cool to know at least that there's a lot of people playing this game, and I'm usually always able to finish underneath 100 if I'm staying consistent with playing. So it's at least good to know on that end that I have decent enough horses where I can always finish in a prize tier at some point and always get some decent rewards. I don't think everybody can say that about this game, so I have to count my blessings that you know, it's not as bad for me as I may make it seem. But like I said, I want to do better. It was much easier for me to win, you know, obviously well over a year ago in the live events when it was still pretty, Rival Stars was still more in the newer phases of its launch. Now the game has been out for a couple of years, and obviously people have been playing more, much more than I have, so they have better horses. I just don't have horses to compete with the top players yet, but I will get back to that point. Like I said, it's just a grind. So again, I'm probably going to need to focus on just breeding horses between stars 1 and 4, because at least I can get the maximum amount for those horses as far as their stats are concerned at those levels. I can't do that for 5 or 6 star horses yet, so that's probably what I need to do, leverage that. And if I can try to win more live events with these Division 1 and Division 2 horses, then that'll go a long way, and I think that'll help put me in a position to prestige faster at some point. And then I'll have more coins, more roses, all that stuff to develop this particular farm better, or these stables on this mobile version. See, the winners, the leader, way out front. So I'm gonna have to get Majestic Beauty caught up, and she's struggling. She's certainly struggling with whoever's in front of me. You see, Samurai Arrow did perfect at this distance. Granted, he was suitable for this distance. Majestic Beauty, she's 600 meters below this distance. Like, this is much further than she's used to going, so that's probably why we're struggling. But as you can see, the field is separated by probably, what, 30 lengths? This has to be close to 30, maybe for sure 20, but we're really separated, and the leader is showing no signs of letting up. So a little worried about how this is actually going to turn out, to be honest with you guys. I'm going to wait a little bit later to get going here since I don't have as much sprint energy. Now we're going to roll. And I forgot about that skill. So this is a race I could probably do several times. We're not going to catch the leader, are we? Just catching the leader, but we still had plenty left to go. I forgot about that skill. I thought I had perfect starter. See, 108. That's not a good time for me. And, yeah, we're 4 seconds off the lead. That's quite a margin. Now, we hit all of our goals, which is good. But, again, there's a lot of time still missing there that I left out on track. So, yeah, we're going to have to work on that. We still have 2 days. This event doesn't end for a bit, so I might be able to get to some breeding or maybe use some different skills. So Snowbell here, she's my best 6-star horse. Sergeant Arrow, he will be, but I need to train him more. And Snow Ember, I'm working on her. She's a slow build. I'm hoping she's better than her mother and her father, which is both of these horses. Snowbell, Sergeant Snow, there's Snow Ember. She really looks like her mother a lot. You wouldn't even know she came from Sergeant Snow, to be honest. So yeah, I'm hoping she develops into a really strong mare for us. But again, training takes forever, so it's going to be a while before I can race her. But let's go ahead and hop in with Snowbell. She has Second Wind, which will kick in for our sprint energy at the end. So I'm hoping I can leverage that to try to get a decent time here. And yeah, it's just one of those things. You have to stay consistent in this game. If you don't, clearly you just kind of fall behind the curve. So we'll go ahead and skip this. But yeah, it's I just wish the desktop version also had live events. I really do enjoy them, and like I said, it keeps you in the mindset of still trying to create the best horses you can create. You can go for really nice looking horses visually with the breeding, but you can also still build some really tough horses. As far as the mechanics are concerned of this game, having horses with maybe better sprint energy or horses with better speed ratings, you know, that still does matter with these live events. I'm not sure really what people are doing, but once I really kind of figure out what's going to work for me long term, I will certainly start to focus on that for my breeding. And you see, this field, they are hard to keep up with, and they're just going to keep pushing this pace, so I'm a little bit worried. It seems like Division 1 is my best chance to get some live event rewards legitimately, because Division 2, excuse me, didn't look too good. And we're racing Division 3 right now, and as you can see, Snowbell, she's kind of struggling a little bit to keep up with these leaders. She's doing it, but it's not the easiest task. And I'm using a lot of sprint energy to keep her in front. You see, if I'm any further, and the AI just, that's the way they leverage making the AI tough in this game, these other racers, CPU racers. They just, as soon as you move to the front, they give them the same urgency to move towards the front. But this field is legitimately separated by 30 lanes, 30 horse lanes. That's pretty crazy. 30. Wow. Yeah. I was double checking just to make sure, and yeah, we have to be separated by at least 30. So yeah, this is quite the struggle, man. Snowbell, I feel bad for her because she's always, with these races, I always have to work her so hard, because she's just not at the level that she's still not even at 100%. Like, there's still training I need to do with her, but again, it's harder to do some training when you need a prestige and this other stuff. You know what I mean? So they're going to get going now. I'm going to get Snowbell moving. Now we're going to get a second win here at the end. So we're going to have plenty of sprint energy left to go. We're still running with this field. They are gone, but are we going to catch them at the end? No, they still had plenty left in the tank. So that's not a good sign. Usually if you beat the AI, that means your time should be pretty fast, but do we even get a finishing time? Does that count? It says my time is 2:14. I'm so confused when that happens. Like, is the game just glitching out for me, or is it not saving my time? Okay, it just glitches out. So that was a 43rd time. That's not terrible for Snowbell. To be honest with you, I kind of want to redo Division 2 one more time, because that was not a good time here for Majestic Beauty. Classic ability, are you any better? I might give him a shot, just because his speed is a little bit less than hers, obviously, but his sprint energy and acceleration is much better. He could actually do better for us. I'll give Classic ability a shot in this Division 2 event. It's a difference. It's a difference between these horses and their stats. Some horses work better. Like, you'll do a race and decide, okay, maybe I need to use a horse with more sprint energy. So then you'll go ahead and go to one of your horses like I just did. Or you'll do a race and see, hey, I was really slow. I need a horse with more speed. You'll redo the race with the horse with more speed. So you really do have to improvise in this game when it comes to these live events. You can't really stick to just like the same thing all the time. You're not going to get the same results. And again, that is one thing I do like about having live events here on the mobile version of the game. Certainly keeps your wheels spinning, and most importantly, it keeps you improving and adjusting where you need to. Now, you see how much sprint energy I'm using just to stay in front. And they're going to catch up. Probably. I hope not. I said the same thing in the first race, right? And they never did catch me. But this field is already separated by more than 15 lanes. So maybe I'll actually be okay with Classic ability. My best time is 2:24. So we'll need to try to beat that, because we're sitting just outside of the top 100. And again, my goal is always to be within the top 100, like preferably closer to like the top 50 best times or best players for each event. I don't really want to be any worse than that. Now, whoever this horse is behind me is keeping right on my tail. So it's not exactly ideal, but it's just me and this horse. The rest of the AI, they're a non-factor at this point. So Classic ability is doing quite well, actually. I thought we were going to be struggling a little bit, but keep in mind this horse, he does have a better acceleration and a better sprint energy rating. than Majestic Beauty, the other mare I used for this division. She has higher speed, but she lacks in the sprint energy and acceleration. Classic Billy, however, the horse we're racing on now, he makes up for that lack of speed. So I think this is doing better. I hope we get a decent time. We have no other skills to use for him, though, so we're going to have to time our spurt right. As far as the last 250 meters or so, I just want to time it just perfectly. It is tricky to time your spurts in this game because timing it just right could be the difference between a couple of tenths and finishing with a trophy or a high reward and then missing out on that. So you really do have to be on the money with your timing. Now the leader is way out in front, so I will get going right about now. Now let's see, is this going to be enough time? I mean, is this going to be enough to get it done? I think hopefully this will be a faster time, and it's going to. I think that was just under 24, hopefully. With classic ability to see what my boy did for us. And it is a better time, but just that quickly, we moved further down. I wonder how many people are racing because we weren't 146 prior to doing that. Our time certainly improves, but we were much closer to the front, and now we're further back. I wonder how many people just did that event. But yeah, Division 4. I guess I need better Division 4 horses for sure. That's the first category to focus on, as you can see. Yeah, we are well outside the money as far as where I want to be. Now, the top 300 people get rewards. That's actually a really good thing. So we're safe. We're definitely safe. You see, I've actually accumulated 17 player trophies in my entirety of playing this game. So that means 17 times in the live events I've either finished in first, second, or third. Yeah, I definitely want to win again. It's going to take a while to get back to that point. As you can see, there's a lot of people finishing much higher than me currently that don't even have trophies at all. Some people have a lot, some people don't. I definitely need to establish myself back at the top. I wish, can you see the prize tier for anybody else in the tier 1? I guess not. Well, we'll have to improve this time. I may do some breeding, not today, but eventually. So Division 1, we're still in tier prize 3. Division 3, we've already dropped down to tier prize 4, but again, there's not much I can do in Division 3. Division 2, we have a lot to work on still, clearly. You know, we've already lost 2 spots that quick, so we're leaving a lot of time out there on track. I'll have to figure out what to do. But at least in Division 1, we're still in tier 3 for the prizes. I may go ahead and run Samurai Arrow one more time. See, Samurai Arrow is like my best Division 1 horse, and I could still make him so much better. Like, if his sprint energy was at 77, that would help out a lot. If his acceleration was at 72, that would help. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do this one more time with Samurai Arrow. He's my favorite horse currently that I feel the most confident with. In these live events, I'm pretty sure he has earned me the most live event trophies out of any of my horses in this game. So I also have that soft spot for him in that regards. But let's see if we can still improve on that. Okay, good start here. And he gets out well. And I forgot that skill that we have. I don't know if I need to be in a different running position or not, because it only starts as soon as we get out and then it's away. Usually it's supposed to stay there, I think. Or the sprinter energy could be charging much faster. I can't recall. I'll have to look back at it. So I want to keep Samurai Arrow ahead of the rest of this field. And we'll see how he does. But I am excited to get back into doing some new breeding here. I've had the same horses what feels like forever, to be honest with you. And I definitely need some new ones for sure. So I would like to use Samurai Arrow with somebody, but I don't have another 2-star horse. So I don't want to use him with a 1-star horse unless it's a really strong 1-star horse. I'm certainly going to need another 2-star. I don't know if that means I need to look in the shop or something else, but I don't have a... Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I could use one of my 4-star mares, though, and try to get like a really high 2-star horse. I could definitely do that. I'm not sure who I would breed him with. Like I said, there's a lot of research I need to kind of look into based off of the stats and to see which mare would be the best to breed with Samurai Arrow, because I could create another really strong Division 1 horse by using him as a stud. And then when we look at the Division 2 horses, which is a Majestic Beauty, Classic Ability that we ran on in the race prior to this one, I'll have to figure that out as well, because we definitely have a lot of room for improvement in that Division 2. So like I said, I really need some new horses, honestly. I've been long overdue for these live events. I'm way behind the curve of what these other players are probably doing with their horses. They probably have better skills that they can attach and equip to their horses, not to mention their horses' stats are probably just better than mine in general. So there's a lot of room for growth. That's the good thing. And you guys are going to see that as I continue to play this and do some experimentation. You'll see how I'll be able to leverage the playing field once I get back into breeding. So Samurai Arrow, let's see. We'll get you going right now. Hopefully you have enough to get through to the end. His sprint energy goes so quickly, though. My gosh. You see how fast it's dropping, and then he's going to tire out at the end. That's still going to be, I think, a 32. Much better time. Improved, even if it's only a couple of tenths, it helps. And no, it's still a 232. Oh yeah, it is 232, not a 233. Okay, and that moves us all the way up to 22nd place, and that might put us in prize tier 2. So yeah, we moved up, I think, 13 spots. Yeah, about 13 spots after that performance. So we're only about a second and a half off the fastest time. So yeah, that moves us into tier prize 2, which is awesome, or tier 2 prize. And then, like I said, Division 3 and Division 2, I'm kind of in no man's land. But at least we're still going to get rewards as long as I stay in the top 300. But there's still a lot of room to make improvements for those divisions. But I will get to that in another video. So guys, that's going to do it for today's Rival Stars Mobile Action. Appreciate love and support. Again, if you're new, make sure to subscribe here for more Rival Stars gameplay. I will do some more kind of less intense things here on the mobile version. Of course, I'll be showing breeding here pretty soon once I know what I'm going to do. The reason why I don't really do the free roam in this game as much is because I obviously play this game on desktop, and the graphics, everything, it's much easier to do that stuff over there. So really the only thing I want to do on the mobile version is pretty much just focus on the live events. Like, there's really nothing else to do here, since we can't breed or do anything else like that. I'd much rather just strictly focus on the live events for the mobile version, creating horses for the live events. You know, because I still have a lot of grinding and prestiging I have to do in general. I'm still only at prestige 14, which is quite irritating, but I can't do anything else about that. I'm just gonna have to take my time. So we'll just focus on the live events and still try to do as best as we can in those whenever we have the chance. So we'll be back with some more Rival Stars action here very soon. But until next time, it's Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you all have a great, fantastic day. I'll see you later, and goodbye.